good evening to all our viewers. This evening, you have tuned into Question Time on Islam Live from the Ahlebait studios with your host, Naveed Hussain. Our Islamic scholar once again joins you around the globe to answer any questions, any concerns, any questions or any observations that you would like to share with our Islamic scholar this evening. I'd like to remind our viewers that when you do call in, when our Islamic scholar is answering the questions, do be patient. As soon as you call in, we will put you on hold, and until our Islamic scholar has finished answering the question he's answering, and then we shall put you through. So take this opportunity to ask your questions this evening. Sayyidina, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you and all our brothers and sisters who are with us this evening and all the believers all over the world. Thanking Allah that we are still alive and approaching another month of Ramadan. If we remain till then, inshallah, and we seek His blessings and His help to enlighten our hearts and give us more courage to prepare ourselves for the month of Ramadan, to prepare our hearts, our minds, our body, our abilities to be guests of Allah. The month of Ramadan, the believers will be invited to be guests of Allah. So now it is high time to keep on preparing ourselves, purifying ourselves by repeating Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah. We try to repeat, seeking forgiveness as much as we can, that we may wash away and wipe away the mistakes and faults and sins, God forbid, that we have committed in the last year. And also we repeat, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad, the most important dua, which gives us more light in our hearts. Imam Al-Ridha alayhi salam, as it is narrated from him, that let the month of Ramadan come to you with your heart being cleaned and purified, and no bad feeling in your heart regarding any believer. So let us focus also on our hearts and be sure that our hearts are clean without any bad feelings and bad doubts regarding any believer. No doubt we need to keep our parents very happy, whether they are alive or not, our relatives very happy, and all those whom we know. The month of Ramadan is the greatest season for good cause acts, good deeds, the deeds which elevate the believer higher and higher. The month in which, when we recite the Quran, in reciting every verse in Quran, we will get the reward of reciting the whole Quran. In other months, we cannot talk about all the benefits of the month of Ramadan and fasting during it, but let us do whatever possible to keep ourselves really prepared to receive that month and to be received by the angels as guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, please.
Thank you very much indeed, Syed. And Syed, now obviously we have many questions coming up regarding the month of Ramadan. However, now we have got 1 week left or so for the month of Sha'ban. How do we, those who have not utilized this holy month, what can we do in the remaining days before the month of Ramadan to make the most of this holy month, which is only a week or so?
As far as the obligatories, the most important act which must be done is on those who have qada fast from the last year or last years. They must do their best in performing that qada now in the coming days before the next month of Ramadan starts. That is very important. That is obligatory on those who have got qada fast. And also those who don't have qada fast, they are required, encouraged to fast recommended fast. The hadith from Ahlebait alayhim salam that you should not miss fasting during the month of Sha'ban, and if you fast even 1 day of the month of Sha'ban as recommended fast, you will get the reward of paradise. And it is recommended to keep repeating, "Oh Allah, if you did not forgive our sins in the previous days of the month of Sha'ban, we beg you and we supplicate and seek from you to forgive us in the remaining days of the month of Sha'ban. Allahumma in lam takun غفرت لنا فيما مضى من شهر شعبان فاغفر لنا فيما بقي منه." To seek forgiveness in the remaining days of the month of Sha'ban, that when the month of Ramadan comes, the mu'min is completely clean and clear from any sinful act.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, the month of Ramadan, some people will ask whether we do the niyat of each and every single day of the wajib month of Ramadan. Can we do the niyat of the month of Ramadan that we will be fasting for the entire month, even though we don't know what day exactly it will start and what day it will actually finish, whether it's 29, 30 days. So what would be the niyat for the people now if they wish to, become ready? Is that, if you can explain.
Niyat for every worshipping act is nothing but the intention.
Okay.
Some people think that niyat is something that you think about and focus on, or you speak out. This is not right. Not right at all. Niyat is not more than the intention. Your intention is to fast the month of Ramadan for the sake of Allah. That's it. You don't need to repeat it every night. You see, I'll give you an example. A person who is planning to go for, say, going for ziyarat, and he knows that his ticket will be after 3 months from now. Does he need to make a niyat for ziyarat after he has planned and prepared and searched for booking? No, because his intention is to go for ziyarat. That's it. That is the intention. That is the niyat. Nothing is required more than the intention. The month of Ramadan is approaching. All of us know that inshallah, if we remain alive when the month of Ramadan comes, we will fast the whole month of Ramadan for the sake of Allah. That is the intention. No need to pronounce it. No need to say, I fast the month of Ramadan for the sake of Allah. No need. No need to say that. Now, if you want to go to a majlis, for example, you know there's a majlis in that center or imam bargah or masjid, and you start your car and go to the majlis. Do you need to say, I'm going to the majlis of that center to listen to the majlis for the sake of Allah? No, you don't need to say it. Intention is only in the heart, and we don't need to say it. Same, any ibadah, namaz, fasting, any ibadah. The intention for any ibadah is in the heart. The only worship that it is recommended, not obligatory, recommended to say is Hajj and Umrah. In Hajj and Umrah, before you start your ihram, it is recommended, not obligatory, to say that I wear the ihram for Umrah Tamattu or Umrah Mufrad. Before doing the tawaf, you say, I perform tawaf around the Kaaba 7 rounds for Umrah Tamattu or Hajj Tamattu or whatever. So only in the acts of Umrah and Hajj, pronouncing the niyat is recommended, not obligatory. But in other worships, especially namaz, fasting, khums, zakat, any of the obligatories, the niyat is only your intention in your heart to perform the worship for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right from now, your intention in your heart that you will fast the whole month is enough, and no more thing, no more saying, or no more concentration or remembering is required. Yes, please.
Thank you very much indeed, Syed. Now, so the next question, Assalamu alaikum. My question is, when one is praying wajib prayer and after tasbih Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha and the dua, what one should recite in sajda shukr just before the ziyarah of Imam Hussain?
In sajda shukr, which is highly recommended after every namaz, obligatory or recommended, after every namaz, it is recommended to do sajda and thank Allah who granted us the ability to perform the worship. Minimum to say shukran or shukran lillah, minimum 3 times. Shukran lillah, shukran lillah, shukran lillah. Better if you repeat it more, like 5 times, 7 times, 10 times, 40 times, up to you. But minimum 3 times saying shukran lillah or shukran, shukran, shukran. That is something which is highly recommended.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, next question regarding dry cleaning. Does performing dry cleaning an item of clothing make that particular cloth spark?
Dry cleaning does not make any najas cloth spark at all. Why? Because dry cleaning is not washing the cloth with water, but applying some chemicals on the cloth. and applying chemical does not make the najis tahir. It remains najis. The najis cloth remains najis even after dry cleaning. Some people think that the heat makes the cloth tahir. No, that is not right. Heat does not make any najis cloth tahir. Say, for example, you bring a najis shirt and iron it, put it under the, press it on the iron. Does it become tahir? No. If it is najis, it remains najis. So neither ironing nor dry cleaning makes the najis tahir at all.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, you mentioned about fidya. Those who are not able to fast now nor in the future will need to give fidya. But you also mentioned that fidya cannot be given before or during the month of Ramadan. It has to be given after the month of Ramadan, you mentioned. Can you clarify this?
Not all the fidya. The fidya of every day can be given immediately after that day.
After that day,
Fidya
okay.
of day one, fidya of day one can be given immediately after that day. Day two, after that day. Because fidya becomes obligatory when the day is over.
Okay.
Day has passed and the person could not fast, and he will not be able also to keep qada in the future.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much indeed. Said now many supplements have the ingredient of gelatin or gelatin in the actual products. Now we don't know what part, which animal is this gelatin. It will just say gelatin. The fact that we don't have knowledge of which animal this gelatin is from, are we allowed to consume such items?
We are not allowed to consume gelatin which is from animal source. Sometimes the gelatin is from vegetable source, vegetarian. So the vegetarian gelatin is permissible because nothing in it is from animal. But if it is gelatin only, because usually they write on it that it is vegetable gelatin. If they don't write that, means it is animal originated gelatin. And the gelatin from animal is halal if the animal was halal. If the animal was not halal, then the gelatin is also not halal. Keeping in mind that in the West and even in China, big quantity of gelatin is taken from the pork, from the pig. So we have to be more careful when there is no evidence that it is vegetable gelatin, because it is not permissible to consume gelatin unless you are sure that it is from halal animal.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. So the next question is regarding the use or the permissibility of eye drops, ear drops, or nose drops during the month of Ramadan. Can any of these drops be allowed during the period of fasting?
Eye drops, nose drops, and
ear drops.
Ear drops. Every drop is permissible during fasting if the drop does not go inside the stomach. Sometimes it reaches to the throat. Sometimes you can feel the taste of it, whether it is bitter or whatever. As far as you don't swallow it, it won't harm your fasting. But if you swallow it deliberately, then that will harm your fasting. In short, any drop does not harm the fasting as far as it does not enter the stomach.
Thank you very much. And you said, so are we allowed
nowadays people are asking about the vaccination, the COVID-19 vaccination during fasting. If someone takes the vaccination, does it harm his fast? The answer is no, it does not harm the fast. Any injection, any being vaccination or insulin or any other material, injection in any material does not harm fasting.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And that was the question that I was going to ask. How about giving blood? To give blood during the month of Ramadan?
Giving blood does not invalidate fast, but it is makruh. Giving blood is makruh during the fasting. If you want to give blood, donate, do it after iftari. After the iftar, yes, but not during the day, because when you give blood during the day, it might make you feel tired or weak. Anyway, it is makruh to give blood during the fasting hours, but after iftar, it is not makruh.
Thank you very much indeed, Syed. Syed, regarding vaccinations, and a lot of people have said they have experienced side effects when they've taken the COVID-19 vaccination, knowing that there will be side effects. You may get ill for a few days. These are the common, and being ill, you come under maybe having a flu or not being able to do your normal daily chores. Knowing that these side effects are most likely to happen, should one avoid during this holy month to be given, be taking COVID-19?
No, I mean, we don't advise people to avoid taking the vaccination. It is not our profession to give opinion in a medical issue. Always in the teachings of Islam, we refer to the people of experience. We refer to the experts in every field. If you want to establish a school, you don't go according to the advice of doctors. You need to take experts in education. And if you want to build a building, you need to take the advice of the engineers. And if you want to go through heart operation, you don't go to the businessmen and ask them. No, you go to the medical experts. So the matter of vaccination is a medical matter. Islam tells us to refer to the people of experience in every matter. Take the advice of the doctors, trusted doctors who give advice not for sake of money or any benefit. They are not marketing anything that they get some money, something out of their marketing. No, those sincere doctors who have no benefit whatsoever take their advice and act upon it. We don't tell anyone to avoid the vaccination because of the month of Ramadan, because it does not harm fasting. It does not harm fasting. Take the advice of the trustworthy doctors And that's it.
Thank you very much, indeed, Syed. Now, so the women that are during the month of Ramadan that are either pregnant or breastfeeding, are they recommended to carry on fasting or not to fast? What's the recommendation for them?
Women who are pregnant, women who are breastfeeding, what they should do during the month of Ramadan? The answer, it depends on the situation of the specific women. Not all women are same. Sometimes some persons, some females, respected ladies who are pregnant but very well and able to fast. And fasting does not harm their health at all, neither their own health nor the health of the child. In this case, they must fast. If a condition that the pregnant woman feels ill when she fasts, she cannot fast because of her pregnancy. If she cannot fast, or if fasting harms her child, then fasting won't be obligatory on her, and she is permitted not to fast, but she must keep that day or days in the future as qada fast. About breastfeeding, same. If she feels that fasting does not harm her nor her child, she must fast. If she feels that she cannot, she becomes ill, or the child becomes ill because of fasting, then she can leave fasting during the month of Ramadan for the reason of health ground, but she must keep those days in the future as qada fast. Because the Quranic verse is very clear. فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخْرَى. Anyone from you who was not well or traveling, then no fasting, but later on the qada of the fast remains on them as obligatory.
Sayyidina, regarding traveling in the month of Ramadan, you know, is this, if you know traveling will invalidate your fast and the traveling is not necessary, is that a kafara then, or is it, if it's like a necessary traveling? So for example, I'm just traveling for the sake of traveling. I know that my fast will not be valid if I travel beyond 30 miles or what have you. Then am I committing a sin, or is it a kafara? Do you see, unless it's like a very important, necessary traveling that you have no choice but to travel. But if I travel because I feel like traveling, then what's the situation there?
Traveling during the month of Ramadan is permissible as far as the aim of the travel is permissible. If someone is traveling for sinful aim, like for gambling, he goes to a city where there is a casino and he wants to take part in the gambling. This travel itself is sinful travel. And the sinful travel, namaz will not be qasr. And then he must fast because the aim of the traveling is sinful. But if someone is traveling for business or for just change, he wants to go somewhere to relax, even in the month of Ramadan, knowing that he will not be able to fast because of traveling, his traveling will remain permissible. Yes, it is not good for him to lose the great reward of fasting in the month of Ramadan. He will be losing the great reward of it, but he will not be committing a sinful act simply because of his traveling.
Thank you very much indeed. Said, no, we'll go to a very short break right now for a few minutes, and